next Christmas, 1971, and this would have been a few days before Christmas because it was on the anniversary of when my father had died. So that would have been December 22nd. And we're sitting around the dinner table. It's my mother, my brother, my sister, and I. And my mother announces, "Well, we all know what day it is today, and we're not going to talk about it." And that was it. We didn't talk about it. I think my mother was trying to be strong, and she just had it in her head that the way to get through this and the way to get past it was to try and forget about it as quickly as possible. And I think I adopted that philosophy. I spent, the next 38 years just trying to kick as much dirt over the memory of my father and his death as I could. It happened for her the same time it happened for me, right after we got the letter from my dad. Because it wasn't until then that we started to talk about it. That my mother and I really began to talk about it. And I started to talk about it with my sister and my brother. Until then, my dad rarely came up in conversation, and we certainly didn't go back and try and talk about what our feelings were at the time and what we were going through and all of those things. The letter from my dad opened that door for us, and so I remember a couple weeks after I got the letter, and I shared it with my mom, and we're sitting at our kitchen table here in my house in Solana Beach, and I'm asking her questions. I want to know what was going on, what was he like, and what was happening, during that time, and what was it like for you, and we were just crying at our kitchen table and letting it out, because we hadn't done that. We hadn't done it. It was because of what happened to Jimmy, and it's because of the letter that was finally brought to me from my dad that started and really kicked into gear not only the healing process and helping us with the loss of our son, but dealing with the loss of my dad. And there is no question that I am closer to my sister today, I am closer to my mother today, and I'm closer to my brother than I've ever been, ever. And it's because of what's happened. It's because we are able to really talk and communicate with one another and comfort one another and put our arms around one another and come together again as a family and as a family unit. And I mean, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And without this, it wouldn't have happened. I know it wouldn't have happened. We would have continued to go down our path of, we're not going to talk about it, and we're going to be strong, and we're going to forget. That's the way we deal with it. You can't forget. The harder you try, the worse it is.